Hello, my name is Soham. I'm 44 years old.
Everyone, I'm watching from the NYU Dysautonomia Center in New York, New York.
Hi, we're the Cohens from Charlotte, North Carolina. Marcia, Lainey,
and Jeff. And we're looking forward to FD Day.
Hi, I'm Veronica Segal from São Paulo, Brazil. This picture behind me is a nice bridge that we have here, and people like it, and it's a postcard from the city. I'm enjoying FD Day.
Hi everyone!
We're the Adler family.
We're from Australia.
Hope you have a good FD Day.
Bye.
See you soon!
Hi,
we're the Newmans. Lisa,
Rebecca.
Jeff.
today we're in beautiful Fire Island, New York, but on FD Day we'll be watching from Rye Brook, New York.
We're looking forward to FD Day.
And seeing all our friends virtually.
Hey everyone, this is Alexia. I'm here with my family on Mother's Day. Here's my goddaughter, Nia, and I'm her godmother, so I'm her mother too. And I wanted to say have a nice day and see everyone on FD Day on June 6th. See you there. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm watching here from the Dysautonomia Center in New York, New York.
Hi, we're joining from the University of Georgia.
In Athens, Georgia.
I'm watching with J Screen. Thank you so much to the FD Foundation for all of your support over the years to help us continue our education and access to genetic testing. Have a great day.
Hi, we're the Azanowski family. Florence,
Nelson,
And Morgan.
we're watching from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Hi, everyone. It's my great pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the Familial Dysautonomia Foundation for our 36th annual FD Day. I hope that you and yours have weathered this very difficult pandemic year without too much damage. For those who don't know me, my name is Faye Ginsberg. In addition to my day job as an anthropology professor at New York University, it's an honor to be serving my 9th year as president of the foundation, and especially to be mother of Samantha Myers, who has mentored me in the ups and downs of living with FD for over 3 decades. Samantha deals with the substantial complexities of this condition with astonishing goodwill, wit, and generosity of spirit. I know that this kind of attitude is shared by so many in our community, inspiring the foundation staff and our board to continue in our efforts raising awareness and money to support the Dysautonomia Center's exceptional medical team. Thanks to their efforts, along with those of supportive families, we now have the greatest number of people living to adulthood with this condition since it was first identified in 1949. Last year, when we pivoted to virtual FD Day, we assumed it was a one-time adaptation to the COVID-imposed restrictions of that moment. But it was one of the rare silver linings of the pandemic. Typically, about 150 people attend FD Day in person at NYU Langone. Last year's virtual event brought together 400 people from 250 households hailing from 25 states and 9 countries. Pretty good for a rare disease. It turned out to be a very lively community-building occasion with members of the FD community from around the globe who had an opportunity to learn from our medical and scientific teams and to meet each other. So it looks like the virtual is the new normal. 2021 is the foundation's 70th anniversary since it was founded by a handful of FD families in 1951. We are one of the most long-standing groups supporting treatment and research for a genetic disorder. The foundation has achieved a number of significant milestones in our 7 decades. In 1970, the Dysautonomia Center was launched at NYU Langone Medical Center with our support. Through greatly improved medical care under the guidance first of Dr. Axelrod and now under Dr. Kaufman, FD was transformed from a fatal childhood illness to a chronic condition that people can live with for decades. We have also been instrumental in supporting the treatment of FD in Israel, and over the years, we have invested millions of dollars in research with significant results, including, in 2001, the identification of the genetic mutation that causes FD. Since then, the availability of genetic testing with groups like JScreen has resulted in countless births of healthy babies worldwide. This genetic knowledge has also been foundational to some of the cutting-edge emerging treatments that you will be hearing about today. Before turning things over to our next speaker, some thanks are in order. We are so fortunate to have the talented leadership of Dr. Horacio Kaufman, current director of the NYU Dysautonomia Center, and the team he directs, including nurse practitioners Kaya Delamo and Zenith Khan, Dr. Alejandra Gonzalez Duarte, who has recently joined the center remotely from Mexico City and soon to be here in person, bringing her longstanding knowledge of FD as both a clinician and a researcher, and clinical fellow Dr. Patricio Millar, who came on board last August. We are grateful to them and the rest of the team at the treatment center, as well as the ongoing contributions of our scientific advisory board, in particular, the dynamic leadership of Dr. Adrian Gilbert, FD parent and scientist from Israel, and Dr. Francis Lefcourt, distinguished professor of neuroscience at Montana State University. Though we are an ultra-rare disease, we are blessed to have attracted such brilliant people to our cause. Let me also express my appreciation to our foundation's resourceful board of directors who do so much and who really stepped up in this very challenging year to ensure that the foundation could maintain a consistent level of support for the Dysautonomia Center. I thank them and the many contributors to our events, our social media campaigns, and our annual journal, raising not only money, but spirits and awareness as well. Finally, I am so appreciative of our capable and devoted executive director, Lainey Edkin. I want to express my gratitude to her and the excellent foundation team, Natasha Weinstein and Erin Breen, and our various volunteers for their work throughout the year and on today's event. Once again, it's a pleasure to welcome you today. And now let me turn things over to the Foundation's Executive Director, Lainey Edkin.
Thank you, Faye. I'm so happy to be here today for the Foundation's 36th Annual FD Day. And I'm also pleased to welcome everyone to our second year holding a virtual global event. I am delighted to welcome so many members of our community worldwide, including more than 150 households registered, close to 300 people attending, representing 21 US states and 9 countries on 5 continents. While we love that the miracle of technology enables us all to gather virtually from across the globe, the piece we are missing today is the social interaction. The closest substitute we have to schmoozing in person is the chat box, so we encourage you to use it liberally. Tell us where you're listening from. Say hi to your friends who are also watching today. Let's keep an active dialogue going throughout the day. And while you're chatting, don't forget to also post on social media using the hashtag FDDay2021, and remember to tag the foundation. Let everyone know we're here. I'd like to take a moment to share some news and updates from the foundation. I can assure you that we have not let the pandemic keep us down. In fact, it has inspired us in many ways. For example, the foundation funded virtual checkup kits that facilitated telemedicine checkups at the Dysautonomia Center, a program that has been very well received by families and is certain to continue beyond the pandemic. I'm sure we will hear more about this initiative from the medical team later in the program. Also, for more than a year now, the foundation, and more specifically, my colleague Natasha Weinstein, has been facilitating virtual hangouts for people with FD, offering a place and time to socialize, play games, and make friends. If you participate in a hangout and enjoy it, give us a shout out in the chat box now. If you're not currently participating but would like to, please contact the Foundation office. We will get you set up. Natasha is also planning the next virtual FD movie night for June 23rd. Our Next Gen group, led by siblings, cousins, and friends of people with FD, held its first virtual event, a mixology class, earlier this month. It was a lot of fun and a great success. If you attended, give us a shout out in the chat box. And lastly, we think it's very important to incorporate the voice of people with FD in the work of the Foundation, as we want to be sure that we are focused on the problems and solutions that are most important to people living with FD. We're not sure what this is ultimately going to look like, but to start the conversation, we are holding a virtual town meeting on Sunday, July 11th. To learn more about any of these initiatives, please contact the Foundation. Today, you will hear about all the important work underway to help people with FD live better and longer lives. None of this would be possible without philanthropic support. If you currently support the FD Foundation or your local FD organization, we thank you. If you do not, we hope you will consider doing so. For the first time this year, we invited sponsorship support of FD Day. It is my pleasure to acknowledge and thank our FD Day sponsors, our supporters, Faye Ginsberg and Fred Myers, Dina and Daniel Landau, Jennifer and David Sonnenschein, Tova and Howard Weiser, and our friends, J-Screen and Town Total Compounding Center. To make your donation today, use the clickable link in the chat box or in the YouTube description below. You can also visit the Foundation website anytime. I'd also like to share some information with you about today's program. To view a schedule for the day, be sure to visit the FD Day landing page on the Foundation website, which you can reach by clicking the same link posted in the chat box. The research booklet, prepared by the Dysautonomia Center, will be available for viewing on the FD Day page later today. If at any point during the program you experience technical difficulties, please contact the Foundation by email or phone. Today's program will feature 2 live Q&A sessions, one during the clinical program and another during the research program. If you have questions for either of our expert panels, you will have the opportunity to post them in the chat box. Following the FD Day program, the Foundation, together with the Dysautonomia Center Treatment Center team, is hosting a karaoke after party for people with FD, starting at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're not registered but would still like to attend, check out the chat box now for a link to sign up. And now, because we are truly an international community, we are delighted to include greetings from our 3 international chapters in the UK, Israel, and Montreal, Canada.
As a founding member and trustee, I have been involved with FDUK for almost 40 years, and it's a great pleasure to let the international FD community know of our work in the UK. As one of the charity's trustees, it's unfortunate to tell you that we have had our tragedies over the years, but these are now less frequent, and the FD members in our UK community are now reaching beyond their teenage years into their 30s and 40s. This is not just due to the care that they get in the UK and our charity support, but also because of the international efforts in research, medicine, and collaboration, support and experience from and within the international community and NYFD, which I'm delighted to say that our charity is a part of. Let me hand over to Ros, who is a past chair of FDUK and parent of an FD sufferer. She plays a major role in the day-to-day running of FDUK and is a parent liaison officer with some of our major London hospitals. She will give you an insight into our work. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. 2020 and 21 have been very difficult years for everyone around the world, not at least people with challenging, complex and rare diseases. But this has not been stopping our charity from continuing to provide support to families touched by FD. This year, we have provided supplements, therapies and respite to our members and have been able to continue our fundraising efforts via Zoom. Just last month, we had over 200 participants come to join our online quiz, which raised much needed funds and continue to raise awareness in this devastating illness in our community. We are delighted to be partnership with the Familial Dysautonomia Foundation in the US and look forward to long and mutual beneficial partnerships. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dvir Adler from the Israeli Familial Dysautonomia Organization. Like everyone else, we also had a very challenging year, and unfortunately, we lost one of our members who died as a result of the COVID-19. In addition to the problems common to all, here in Israel, we also have to deal with an unstable political situation of 4 consecutive election campaigns, without permanent government and with no government budget. As a result, this year we were also deprived of the little support we received from the Ministry of Welfare, so this year we had to finance all our activities from the few surpluses we had from previous years, with no additional income. The main project we continued with was the support groups for adults with dysautonomia, which are divided into sectors: secular and religious, ultra-Orthodox boys and ultra-Orthodox girls. We had to activate the groups in Zoom, and we were happy to discover that there were benefits, as friends who had difficulty reaching the frontal meetings also participated in the online meetings, and so we were able to help more members, which proved very essential due to the increase in the need of support. Thank God, and thanks to the vaccines, frontal sessions became possible in recent months, but in view of the success of the online sessions, we continue to combine the 2 types of sessions to enjoy the benefits of both. I hope we will also start returning to the treatments and ongoing follow-ups at our 2 medical centers after during the COVID-19 period I did not succeed to make it possible to copy the remote treatment model you developed in New York and apply it here in Israel. I hope that following this FD Day, the cooperation will be strengthened and we will be able to receive the information that will enable the application of the home visit kits for annual virtual checkups and enjoy its benefits here in Israel as well. I wish all of you that you too will soon emerge from the epidemic as is beginning to happen here with us, and that we can all return to routine and focus on improving the condition and quality of life for people with dysautonomia and their families. All the best and health to all.
Hello, greetings from Montreal. I am Florence Freed, and I am the president of the Montreal chapter of Dysautonomia. My husband, Nelson Azanowski, and I have a wonderful son, Morgan, who has familial dysautonomia. He is now 25 years old. I can't believe the time has gone so quickly. We are a small chapter that has changed over time. I became president in 2004, and I continued to consult with the founding president, Norma Bigman, who began this chapter in 1974. With great demands on individuals' time, I decided that the core fundraising would be an annual campaign which has continued for 17 years. I am appreciative and proud of the generosity of donors over these years. The Montreal chapter has contributed continuously to the NYU Langone Medical Center. Most recently, funds were sent so that the NYU Dysautonomia Center was able to purchase a much-needed continuous blood pressure monitoring system. Fundraising efforts increased with the campaign that the late Stephen Schwartzberg ran in 2014. The Schwartzberg family from Edmonton, Alberta, continued to actively fundraise, and with the generous donations received, the Stevie Schwartzberg Mental Health Program has been successfully funded for the 2nd year. We are pleased that we can provide Canadian donors with a charity to make donations to, in order to continue with the important necessary research and treatment into familial dysautonomia. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Brian, Roz, Devere, and Florence. We are so delighted to hear from our fellow FD organizations in the UK, Israel, and Montreal today.